sorry to interrupt all the wonderful brunch here. I'm so happy to see everyone, come out to Faces, and it's been a while. I saw some of you at the various bigger events, but we wanted to rebuild a little bit of the Boston or Greater Boston e-commerce community. You guys are all part of that. Over the coming months, we're going to be putting on more and more of these events. Thanks to our different sponsors, which we'll get to here in a second. We're hoping to revive what we all had 4 or 5 years ago. If you'll indulge us, we figured that we might as well introduce ourselves if no one knows us as well. Wanted to share a couple groundskeeping items. Namely, there's an app you guys will have to install. If you guys want to play trivia later, we're going to be giving away prizes, including lots of chocolate milk, all kinds of good stuff. The main point of today is ideally to make sure that there's plenty of opportunities for us all to chit-chat. Isaiah and I we're going to share a little bit of what we were noticing over the last year or so. Hopefully not bore people to absolute death. But other than that, I look forward to speaking to you all. We'll be putting food out throughout the day. We as well have a full kitchen up and running, so if there's any kind of dietary restrictions that we're not hitting with the buffet here, or if you guys have a craving, there's kind bars down there, worst comes to worst, but the Faces crew has been absolutely amazing and can accommodate. So awesome. Thought we'd run through sort of the schedule and what we'll be talking about today. Obviously, we knew no one was going to be here at 12, so this is just how events go. But our first session is going to be a little bit open-ended. The story of a brand, 2 brands that we've been really fortunate to work alongside, both that have had really unique experiences on the Shopify Plus platform. Both have seen different growths, different stories. One of them is our good friends over at TB12. Tom Brady is not going to be here today, unfortunately, but we have even better Alfred, who is behind all of it, a serial entrepreneurial kind of guy that I've learned a lot from, as well as Brady, who's one of the 2 partners from Madberry Road, a outdoor furniture brand that's taken the world by storm. Another client that I honestly have learned a ton from. So they'll be coming up here in just a moment. Be moderated by our friends at Shopify Plus, who are kind enough to join. Brett there in the back, I can see you. And then we're going to move on to a title, hopefully not too insulting to my business partner here, Isaiah, as well as one of my other favorite clients, Nick Seeger, the unsexy side of e-commerce, which quite honestly is the lifeblood from Isaiah. Yeah, unsexiness. Although you guys will notice that Nick is wearing very sexy shoes today, so we're excited for that. And then we're going to take a little snack break. Once again, we'll be able to chit-chat, get into a little bit of trivia, give away some free stuff. Good excuse for you guys to check out who our clients are, because we'll be giving away a $250 gift card and a $100 gift card to clients of choice, as well as a giant case of Slate milk, which is overpiling our office, to be honest. And then we're going to wrap up today with more technical sessions. One led on the feature of headless. This is a term that honestly is shot over my head a lot, but we brought in the experts, so we'll be joined by TB12, who took an early adoption to headless, as well as Isaiah and our CTO from Trellis, John. And we'll wrap the day up with the feature of AI, the robots are taking over the world. So that'll sum up. I'll get to it in a moment, but absolutely I understand that today is a working day for most. There's 2 vaults you'll check. One is our sponsor lounge, where Signified, Shopify, and some of our other sponsors will be there if you want to meet, learn. Amazing folks there. And then we have a second vault. Don't worry, we won't lock the door on you, that has Wi-Fi and a big desk for you guys to work from. So cool. Quick shout out to our title sponsor, Gorgeous. They were nice enough to provide the buffet, a ton of support throughout this event, and we honestly couldn't do it without them. As well, as I mentioned, we had Shopify Plus, Brett, and as well Sarah came down from Canada. So the support is really felt here, both financially and otherwise. Signified, our good friends in the front that are probably going to let me know if I say something funny here. The leaders in fraud. And then, unfortunately, our besties from Recharge. If you guys don't know, Recharge is a leading subscriptions platform. They were unable to make it today, but still kind enough to try to support the Boston e-commerce community. Cool. Forget about Trellis. No one needs to know about them. So the point of today's chat, hopefully we'll get to some of the points and hear from folks far wiser than myself, is we've all lived through this thing called Corona. I think it's changed the world for all of us, both personally, professionally. We have our office right here, fit for 60 people, and there's 3 of us every day. So I think it's fair to say things have changed. But more importantly for all of us here, it's shifted the way in which consumers shop. And so I think that we hopefully can all learn from each other's successes, mistakes, wherever it might be. But what's been really amazing, especially, I know Madbury Road will be sharing their story and TV12 as well, is this giving an opportunity for the perennial sort of Goliaths to be challenged by a strong DTC sort of model. And those folks that sort of didn't adapt, and these namesake brands that did not adapt to e-commerce in the way that people have shopped, have honestly fell behind. So cool. About us, but I think we could probably skip that. I'll need to. Okay, cool. Isaiah will introduce himself.
Yeah. So I'm the CEO of Trellis. Founded it about 10 years ago. Really wanted to bring back an in-person event. It's actually kind of how we built the company. Funny enough, when we started, I actually literally used to go like door to door, business to business sales in 2012 to like get new business. That was actually how we started. Definitely have evolved past that. We don't do door to door sales anymore, but the point is in-person events and just like being in person means a lot to us. And since COVID, obviously, it's been pretty tough to get people in a room together. So really excited about everyone being here and all the people that have supported this, sponsors, the people speaking. Came together last minute, so really thank you guys. Like it was a lot that you guys did for us to put this together. So is there more slides? Let's keep going. So yeah, we're going to try and keep this quick. I know people want to keep networking. So there's a lot of tough stuff going on, and our hope is that we can help people with these things, whether we do or our partners do or our sponsors help with any of this stuff. Everyone knows advertising has gotten more expensive. That's just basically a fact. A lot of businesses relied a little too heavily on advertising, but I think you just have to get smarter about really doubling down on your ad segments and basically like how your ads are performing, and don't give up just because some ads are too expensive. Doesn't mean that overall advertising no longer works. It still works. It's just harder, and you just need to be a lot smarter about it. The communication part we're going to talk later about in our session regarding kind of the unsexy side of e-commerce. Kind of want to shout out Gorgeous. Like, I think a lot of people forget about things like customer service, and they focus a little too much on like what their homepage looks like. But the reality is, what people really care about is how fast the product gets to them, how it's communicated, and all that stuff. And that's super important. We have a lot of people here that can help with that. And now more than ever, you got to be agile, and you have to have a roadmap. It's a mix, right? Some people I think are either they're too focused on just tomorrow and not next year, or they're, maybe a little bit too far into the future and not enough about tomorrow. So you need a balance of kind of like, what is your plan for next week, but also combining that with your plan of the next 6 months to 12 months. So we can keep going, Jared.
I'll sum things up because we've taken up time. But the one thing that I've been noticing, I constantly hear it, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to curate the group of tech partners that we've brought in today to sort of correspond with everyone, is that people miss going in stores. I was seeing this, back in my day, or at least they miss the experience. And so whenever I start talking to merchants, the top thing I tell them is you need to match that experience as if Isaiah or I walked into your brick and mortar shop. You have to call me by name. You need to understand that I'm not an excess, right? And I'm maybe not interested in seeing yoga pants. Maybe you should show me some outdoor joggers. So personalize that experience to me. And over time, especially to Isaiah's point, in order to really cut edge on marketing, you have to communicate in a personalized way. You have to be sharing ads and also, obviously, emails, SMS. There's so many channels. Finally, SMS isn't cringeworthy anymore. You have to be communicating. All right, still a little cringy maybe. Clavio's not here, so it's okay. And then finally, it's a time to reconnect. With ads getting really expensive, it's a good time to reconnect with the people that built your business. It's also a time for us to reconnect with you all and remember where you came from. So cool. We'll jump through. We can jump through here. All right, awesome. So we're all having brunch right now. I want you guys to know and not fear, and actually I got a couple of emails about this prior, there is plenty of food. Let me emphasize, there is so much food. If you guys want to ask any of the amazing staff here at Faces for a menu, I promise you there is a food and beverage minimum that we are not going to hit. So if you want to take food home to your kids, your wife, your husband, whatever it is, eat, not overeat, don't fall asleep on us. But any kind of food you want. So we're having brunch now. We'll have snacks, but throughout the day, grab someone Faces, grab anyone from Trellis. We're here to serve you all. Cool. The next thing, really important, anyone that likes fun and games. I don't want Jack, our marketing manager, to have to remind everyone. If you have a chance through snacks or before you have too many mimosas, please download the Kahoot app. We're going to play trivia through Kahoot. We'll obviously project the questions, but your phone will be your controller. And as I mentioned, if you want any awesome gift cards or a giant crate of Slate milk, that's your gateway to that joy. Cool. More importantly, but I already don't have to tell you any of this, networking is easy without the 6-foot internet distancing, so don't be afraid to meet someone new. Don't stay in your circles. It seems like we already have a really social group here, and I know more and more people are going to be circling in throughout the day. So meet someone new, exchange some ideas. That's the whole idea and what we're hoping for here. Cool. Yep. And by the way, we have masks. I don't see any current masks, but just in case you do want to socialize, but you need a mask, feel free to ask us, but it doesn't seem to be a problem. All right, last things, and then we'll let you get back to it. Last thing here is a lot of our sponsors came out. They're offering really special offerings, so if there's any kind of solution offered by any of our sponsors, Signify, Gorgeous, Shopify Plus, or Recharge follow up with me. They're all very open, obviously, to trying to invest in the local community. And are more than flexible to try to make some offerings since you guys all came out. Cool. All right, cool. No silly questions. Ask, talk, don't interrupt. I think that's good enough. So with that, what we'll do is we'll roll into our next session here, or rather our first session, because I won't count Isaiah and I, which is the story of our brand. Will be led by Brett, Alfred, as well as Brady. So thank you very much for indulging us. We'll be here. Have fun.